All right. I did not like Toy Story 5. I have a pitch for how it could have gone, should have gone, or maybe Toy Story 6. So, without talking about the bad things about Toy Story 5, as it is that I did not like, that might be a differing opinion, here's my pitch for Toy Story 5. So, it starts with an imagination sequence, just like the beginning of Toy Story 1, Toy Story 3, all the odd movies have a good imagination sequence. Where in Bonnie's imagination, she's playing with the toys, and they're doing the scene. Toy Story 5 did a little bit of that, but then it gets interrupted by Bonnie's mom saying, "Hey hon, it's time to go to summer camp. We gotta pack on up, and it'll be a great chance for you to make friends." And she gets a little upset and nervous, like, "Oh, I'm not great at making friends." Like, "But you can bring your toys. Yay, toys." So that's like, and the toys looking out for her, like, "We're gonna help Bonnie make friends, so we got this." And she goes to summer camp. She's struggling to make friends. She's playing with the toys in a corner, and she's not really going anywhere. And toys feel bad, but then they all get to go on a summer camp field trip. And they go to, and I'm torn about this, they either go to like a theme park, like kind of a carnival, like Adventureland, but their own Pixar universe version, or better decision, they go to Pizza Planet. So we bring that back, as all good sequels reference the original. So they go to Pizza Planet, and the toys are like, "Oh, I remember this place," and like they're wandering around, and then, you know, Bonnie's not having the best time, but then she finds someone working one of the things, and it's someone familiar, and he goes, "Hey, aren't you Bonnie? It's Andy." And she goes, "Uh-huh," and he goes, "Oh, how are you doing with those toys? Do you still have them?" And she gets very excited, whips out her backpack, and starts pulling out the toys. "Yes, but this is," and starts acting out a scene, and he is entranced, like, and he's playing along. But when she flings her backpack onto the table, Forky, who's in the outer pocket, goes flying and ends up by a trash can and sees a bunch of discarded forks and cutlery and goes, "Friends?" Because he's always like trash, but he's accepted that he is a toy, and now like and the knife has come in the last movie, and now like he wants to, you know, have more friends and really embraces that and is on this mission. But the toys don't know Forky's gone missing. Bonnie doesn't know. It's not until the summer camp leader is like, "Okay guys, like Bonnie, come on over. We're all going to the food court. We're all eating now." And she goes, "Okay, bye, gotta go. Nice seeing you." Packs up all her toys, and then they're like, "Wait, is everyone accounted for? Where's Forky?" And they kind of like go on a mission, like, we can't find. And then Bonnie realizes it, and she is upset and starts freaking out. It's obviously her favorite toy, and she's like looking all over, and then retraces her steps and like, "Andy, did you see my favorite toy, Forky? He's gone missing." And like, "Who's Forky?" And like she tells the story of him and why he's so special. Like, "Okay, let's look all around." They're all around. "What did you see last?" And they're not having any luck, and she's getting freaked out. And then all of a sudden we pan to Woody and the gang. Woody, Bo Peep, all the people from Toy Story 4, Rabbit, Ducky, even the boy, Crash Kaboom, whatever his name is, the Keanu Reeves character. So they're like, "All right team, we see an upset child, you know what to do." And they have their own, like, instead of Plush Rush, they have their own name for this particular situation. And then Woody goes, hold everything," and recognizes it's Bonnie. And then Andy turns around, "It's Andy? Oh, this is too close to home. We gotta take a step back. We gotta reassess going on. Like, everything okay, cowboy?" And like now Woody's having a crisis, and we have to like put everything on pause. And so now the toys can't do their job. Bonnie's freaking out. Andy doesn't know. And Andy says, "Hey, why don't we take a break from searching for Forky? I know something that'll get your mind off it. There's a show that we decided to put on here, and I got to work on it. And it's really cool because I got to use my imagination, and they made it real. So can we go watch that?" And the toys get packed up in the backpack and go in, and the lights go down, the curtain comes up, and there's animatronics, and there's like fireworks and lights and videos and a bunch of things. And not only is Bonnie mesmerized, and not only is Andy seeing like how happy the kids are, but the toys peek out of the backpack. "What's going on? Oh, this is the coolest thing ever. What are those animatronics? What?" And they're like, they've never seen them before. And they're like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. And they're all having a great time. They're clapping, they're laughing. It's the best thing. It's like going to a Broadway show for the first time. And then a fire breaks out. And like the fire alarm goes off and they have to escort everyone out of the theater and out of the building. And it's like, oh no, this is a problem. And Andy is like venting out loud like to this kid because he's having a freak out, being like, if I can't lose my job, I won't be able to pay for college. I directed this show, but like after I directed it, they didn't need me, and I just begged them to let me stay here so I would have a job, get some money, and be able to see my work and see everyone happy for it. Because it's like my imagination now gets to be shared with everyone, and they get to enjoy it. It's not just me and my toys, you know? And then Bonnie is like, oh, there's an opening at my summer camp. We just lost the counselor and they're looking for someone. Maybe you could work there and I could see you when we could play toys together. And he's like, that's not a bad idea. And over the weekend, he applies for the job. They're in a bind. They hire him immediately, and like Monday morning of day camp, like he is working there. And Bonnie's so excited to see him, and they're having a great time. And now Bonnie sort of has a friend at summer camp. Yeah, it's a counselor. Yes, it's Andy, the one who shared the toys, but it's still something. And then Bonnie gets very excited, like, oh, you directed that? Maybe you can direct the show that we put on at camp every year. Like, it doesn't look like it's coming together, but maybe you could make it something special. And then, like, they have the meeting for it, and all the kids gather together, and he's like, okay, so I have this idea. I don't know what kind of budget you guys have, but maybe I can act it out for you. And like, does anyone have any like stick figures or toys? And Bonnie's like, you can use my toys, and dumps them all, and is like kind of the hero of the situation. And he starts acting out this great scene, and then we flash forward to being like what the imagination is, like all those sequences, and then what it really is, and going back and forth between the two. And like everyone's hyped about this, like, yes, Andy is the man. Oh, these toys told the perfect story. Let's make this happen. What's really cool is in the same weekend, Pizza Planet, when they closed down, the animatronics were put on the market. They needed some extra cash. They're like, we can't salvage these, but the summer camp is like, we could work them into the show. And they bought them at a discounted rate, and now the toys who are fascinated by these animatronics try to interact with them. Like, are these toys? What are they? And there's that interaction of toys meeting something else, because in each Toy Story, there's been a different kind of new toy. Maybe it was the aliens, maybe it was Forky, maybe it was these carnival games, like the dummies, all different things, the Gabby, like they were all different kinds. And they're expanding their toy universe, and now we're really focused on new toys, which is bringing that in. Then we find out behind the scenes who set the fire. It was someone who had a grudge against Andy. Someone who lost their job, who is like struggling to work in a band, and like they wanted a chance to work here and do some directing, but Andy got the gig, and there was this adult drama, and Andy wasn't the best with people. So anytime people were happy around him, it was the biggest deal. And this person who decided to take revenge to make Andy look bad and shut his show down was Sid, the neighbor from Toy Story 1. Now, here's the thing. He had a redemption in Toy Story 3. He was the garbage man. He was looking out for toys. But this wasn't a toy situation. This was the real world, the adult world. And we haven't seen toys and Andy in the adult world. So now we're getting a taste of that. Also, the way we find out that Sid is the one sabotaging Andy's work at Pizza Planet is the toys did some investigation at the place and found out that Sid was behind it all. So, yeah. So the toys were involved. Sid is kind of an enemy again. And then I had another idea, which is Sid is in a band and not going anywhere, but they book a gig at this summer camp, and now the toys get a chance to interact with Sid and maybe sabotage him. Or maybe Andy and Sid get to hash it out and we see them actually interact. So that's where I'm at so far. Where does it go from there? I'm open to ideas, but I think we got the making of a beautiful adventure, because don't you want to know where this adventure goes? Aren't you hooked? And that's my pitch for what Toy Story 5 could have been, should have been, or what Toy Story 6 might be. So.
I love it.